You're probably familiar with the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. It was a film and it spawned a sequel and a reality TV show. The new play of that title is currently touring the UK. Keep watching and I'll explain why you may find it's not exactly what you were expecting. It stars three big names, Paul Nicholas, Hayley Mills and Rula Lenska, veterans of stage and screen, whom I won't describe as old. It's just that they're the same age as old people. And I'll be telling you how they get on playing some of the British people who retire to a residential hotel in India. The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel is a show primarily about retired people. But there's no reason why a younger audience, by which I mean people under 60, shouldn't enjoy it. It's a story of the triumph of love and hope over adversity. When I worked in theatre, I remember the midweek matinees were very popular with retired people, so much so that one member of the front of house staff, looking from the back of the auditorium at all the white hair, described the audience as the cotton fields. A description I was reminded of when I saw this show at Chichester Festival Theatre. And yes, I am aware that I'm now one of them. So I know firsthand the challenges of getting older, not least of which is the fear of failing memory. And this play doesn't help because I found myself thinking, I don't remember some of these characters or subplots from the film. Well, it turns out it wasn't a senior moment I was having because, despite the title, this play is not based on the film you've seen, but on These Foolish Things, a book by Deborah Moggach, which inspired the film. The book is similar, and certainly no worse for where it differs. Still, because you're not as young as you used to be, you probably won't remember the film anyway. So, let's describe the plot before looking at how the book has been adapted by Deborah Moggach into a stage play and how well these veteran actors perform it. The basic idea is that a number of retired Brits go to a hotel in India because it's cheap. And the weather's hotter than good old Blighty. They all have different backstories which are slowly revealed, usually with a twist. Younger generations are represented by a mother and son who have falsely marketed their rundown hotel as being somewhat better than it is. And the son is being pressured to marry for money so they can do it up. He would rather marry for love. The play's first act gets bogged down in the setup. The consequence is that it moves at the pace of a 90-year-old using a Zimmer frame. It probably didn't help that the actors had a lot of ground to cover on Chichester's large thrust stage. I took my seat for the second act in trepidation, but then the twists emerged and the characters took on a new lease of life. It's as if the play had been fitted with a pacemaker during the interval. And maybe a catheter too, since joy, sadness and humour flow in abundance in the second half. There's also a smattering of social commentary on India and its call centres and caste system, and on the British attitude to class and care. As their characters begin to see more purpose to their lives, the older actors begin to look brighter and move faster, showing that their first half entropy was just an act. Of the three big names, I found Hayley Mills the most impressive, investing her lines with clarity and urgency as her character Evelyn came out of her shell. Rula Lenska was full of fizz as the never-too-old-to-have-fun Madge. I was disappointed with Paul Nicholas. He's a fine actor and portrays the soft-spoken, retiring character of Douglas well enough, but he doesn't quite convince as a grey, browbeaten husband. Fact is, he's just too handsome, despite the disappearance of his golden locks, and there's no concealing his natural, sexiness. The rest of the cast perform well. One of the characters talked of adventure till dementia, and it is a delight to see these mature actors, Eileen Batty, Rishenda Carey and Andy de la Tour, continuing to ply their trade and give us a first-class example of why old people should not be written off. Of the younger actors, I particularly liked Nishad Moore as the put-upon Sonny, who displayed appropriate sheepishness in the face of his domineering mother, Mrs. Kapoor, played with gusto by Rekha John Cherian. Lucy Bailey directs this large ensemble with finesse, And the set by Colin Richmond is just the right blend of the magnificent and the dilapidated. I would have loved to have heard more of the music composed by Kuljit Bhamra, which conjured up both ancient and modern India. I give the Exotic Marigold Hotel 3 stars. It's currently on tour and we're told it's heading for the West End. I hope you found this review useful, and please don't hesitate to comment, like and especially subscribe so you can be the first to know about my future reviews. If you want to read my reviews, go to Theatre.Reviews, and you can follow me on Mastodon, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for watching.